membership chair of NASB 2015-2016. I believe that what qualifies me for this position is I'm a very social person, and I am good at persuading people to, join organizations like NASB to that basically will benefit them. So yeah, any questions?
Okay. Got it. All right. So, who was the previous membership chair?
Franklin.
Okay. What do you think he messed up on?
Honestly, he didn't recruit enough people. Based on this year, it was only like, around 30 to 40 people in this chapter. I believe that I can bring in way more than that. Honestly, I believe that I can. I'm not going to say a specific number,
Okay.
but I
Could
can
you give like
bring
a
in.
percentage or like
Percentage?
how much you want to increase?
I can increase it 50%.
50%. Okay.
50%.
Well,
I can make this from 40. Possibly, I can make this to 100.
Oh, shit.
Wait, okay. Wait, hold on. Okay.
I didn't say that's about
Okay.
but I have a chance of doing it.
Let them speak.
I have a chance of doing it.
What's one way you plan on bringing new members in?
What's my plan?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I can talk to people, make flyers for what what NASB is about. I can tell people about my experience this freshman year during the national convention. I can tell them about the resume editing sessions I went through, the mock interviews, which taught me how to become a better interviewer. I spoke to many people, made many connections with big organizations like Delta, BP, just name a few.
What made you
Maybe
join it?
join this.
I'm going to extend time.
Can he answer?
That's a good question. Actually, I was looking at the organizations for Southern Poly, and what made me join NASB was when I saw that it was Society for Black Engineers, and I feel like there's not enough black engineers out there. So I wanted to join this because I felt like it will, be a huge impact to what I want to do, which is engineering. So, did I answer your question?
Yeah, but we are the National Society of Black Engineers, but we don't focus on race, but we still recruit anybody on it.
Yeah, true. But when I saw it,
Planning on recruiting
You
those
said-
different races.
You're going to recruit other minorities as well?
Yeah.
I can do that. Even though just because the label is black doesn't necessarily mean I
I'm
can.
saying, is that part of your goal?
You said?
Is that part of your goal?
Yes, that's part of my goal as well.
Okay.
5 minutes?
So,
Okay.
I have a question. Can I ask?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you said that you were gonna put up flyers and talk to people to get more members in. We already do that as well, among some other things. So what are some new concepts that you have to bring more members?
That's a good question. Like I said, you already talk to people, you already make flyers. That's good. Actually earlier, I'll be honest with you, I didn't think of any new concepts. But when I'm there, if I make this membership chair, I will actually brainstorm more ideas to, bring in more people. That was a good question, but I feel like once I'm there, I can actually, start brainstorming even more because, yes.
To kind of piggyback off of his question, I think more so what we're, the answer that we're kind of looking for is, do you plan to be more personable to recruit members, or like how do you plan to gain members, not really by flyers, but more so being more personable? Like what kind of person do you think you could be in this position?
I believe I could be inspirational, an inspirational person to the people who are trying to, join an organization that benefits them, like I said. Because based off my experience, I want to share my experience to other people to let them know that this right here, this is the real deal, and that's what.
plan on retaining the members that we already have as well as the new members that you bring in? Since at the end of the day, like Jeffrey will be the face of the organization, but you'll be the face of the people as far as who they come to. So how do you plan on retaining them and keeping them in meetings, encouraged in workshops, events, programs, those types of things? How will you keep that going on?
I motivated them. Like I said, this organization has really, really made me look at what the future holds even bigger. It made me see more about, how society really is. I feel like I can motivate them with my words and let them know, encourage them to keep going to these meetings because it will work out in the long run, as it will work out for me.
Follow-up. My bad. Okay. My follow-up was, so we know that the people, at least the people in this room understands that NSB has done something for us and we come and we give back to NSB. That's why most of us are in here. How can you convey that to the other members that you bring in? Because I think that's one of the gaps that we tend to have in our membership, is that the membership says that we want to appreciate the scholarship, appreciate the job, I see you when I see you. That's kind of how most of the membership is. So how can you bridge that gap?
I want to have meetings with the members that I pursue to bring in. I want to have meetings with them. I want to sit down and talk to them, and basically discuss what NSB is all about. Basically discuss what they can, that's what I'm looking for. What they can basically what they can witness in NSB as they're in this organization. Pretty much. I feel like if I can have I just say weekly, but maybe I say monthly meetings or some sort like that. Basically, just bring them back in, just ask them questions about how they feel about NSB, and just basically talking to them, pretty much.
Ryan, you had a question?
Oh, that he basically is.
How do you convince people who think they can get what they can get from NSB in another organization? Like, instead of, because I know a lot of people have a problem with paying $18 and then $5. How do you convince them that their money going towards conventions and stuff is worth it, worth joining our organization?
Simply based off experience. I feel like they have to listen to what I'm telling them about their experience that I've been through with NSB, and I feel like if I can tell them about the experience, if I can tell them how great this is and how great it is, they're going to want to pay, and because they're going to want to experience what I experienced. They're going to be like, man, this is the real deal. I want to continue doing this. So they're going to want to do that, pretty much. Okay.
I'd say about so we're merging both campuses. It's like a concern we have right now. Your membership chair, so how would you recruit on both campuses? And what kind of events would you have tailored to both campuses to ensure that we get new members and we keep that participation?
Repeat that question.
Alright, so we're merging and you want to recruit new members because you could be potentially a membership chair. So how would you recruit on both campuses? And what would you do to ensure that we get participation from both of those campuses?
That's a good question.
Right.
Because the merge is complex. It is kind of difficult when we have two campuses together. But there's such thing as transportation as well, and I will have a car pretty soon, so I can make connections, grab phone numbers, continue to communicate with people from this campus and the other campus, drive back and forth, you know, tell them, hey, you wanna come to this meeting, you wanna come to this meeting, here's the information to this meeting, you know, call them, tell them. It's all about communication and staying connected with these people in order for them to, you know, continue to come and wanna join. Did I answer it?
Yeah, you
Okay, piggybacking off of his question, you realize that your main issue with this merger is going to be competing with Kennesaw events, correct?
Yes, correct.
So how are you going to make sure that our members keep attending our meetings, our events, when you've got to deal with concerts and parties going on almost every weekend at Kennesaw campus?
Well, I believe we shouldn't, you know, first things first, we should, if there's a big concert going on Kennesaw campus, there's a big event going on Kennesaw campus, we should schedule our events and meetings away from those events. Because those events are gonna attract more people, of course, obviously. So if we can put our events, let's say, there's a concert going on Saturday, we put our event on Monday, you know, or there's, like I said, another event going on that's huge that people would love to go to on Thursday, we put our event on Friday. You know, because if we interfere with that, then it's gonna, more people are gonna go over there. I can convince people, but I can't convince them to not go to the event that they really wanted to go to for a while over our events. You know, not saying our events are not important, because our events are important. But if they really wanted to go to that event, you know, I can't really. What I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is,
Moving to extend.
You can finish your question, go ahead.
okay. What I'm trying to say is, we should like look at the events that Kennesaw is scheduling and put our events on other days, so that way I can tell the people, hey, you want to come to this event, rather than competing with the Kennesaw events.
All right, I move to extend time for 5 minutes. Anybody say?
I second it. My question, hold on, I'm in here.
Yeah.
How do you plan to?
Oh, no, sorry, I just remembered, go ahead. Hopefully I remember.
How do you plan to like move event times? Like, how do you plan to change the event times for NSB around people, well, accommodate for people's schedules and events that actually happen on campus? Like, how do you plan to accommodate for the actual person going to class and then events that's going on campus, to say like a concert or something?
I could talk about the events that we're trying to plan in the meetings that we have. You know, I can look at the schedule that Kennesaw has, and I can look at the schedule that we have, and I say, hey, you know, that event would not go with that, but we should move that one to there, so that way more people can come to this event. Because if we have our event colliding with their event, there's gonna be less people coming, rather than we have our own day for our own events.
Okay, so I remember my question. So we do most of our planning during the summer. So we already make the calendar during the summer. So let's say if we have like the dating game, like the talent show going on a Thursday, and we've been planning for it for weeks, and then we find out there's like another big event going on at the same time. How do you just change that date when people already bought tickets and we have participants already dedicated for that day? We can't move the date at the last week just because we're just trying to event going on.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Kennesaw can schedule their plans ahead of time as well. And like I said, they have a schedule on their website ahead of time, like we will have our schedules planned ahead of time. So we look into what they're doing.
Oh, I wasn't referring to Kennesaw, I'm referring to any organization, like we have
Any
degrees
organization.
that throw stuff, I mean, they will have events the same day we having our events, and people more likely to go to theirs than us. So, you see what I'm saying?
Simply convince them that our events are better. Our events are more entertaining than their events. not trying to bring competition into this, but if I really want people to come, I have to convince people that if you go to their event, you're not gonna be as entertained if you come to our events.
So, on Kennesaw's campus, they have a pretty large, like black organization, I forget what it's called, African American Society, something like that. How do you plan to communicate with them and be able to draw off their resources? For instance, if you wanted an event on their campus, you'd be hard pressed to get it just by your name alone. So how would you collab with them to make Nesby's voice much larger than it already is?
Like I said, communication is key. So sorry, repeat that question again.
I'm saying, so the African American Society over there, I forget the name, but it's the biggest society over there, I think. And I'm saying to make Nesby's voice larger, you would have to incorporate their campus. So how would you make that bond between these two organizations to make us better and make them even want to do anything with us?
Like I said, like I was just about to say, communication is key. Making connection is key. Let them know that our organization could be as impactful as their organization if we basically communicate with each other. Share our members, pretty much. You tell your members that our organization is great, and I'll tell our members that your organization is great. You should go talk to them too as well. So basically, just like you said, collaboration. That's pretty much what it is. Talk to these people and tell them that, hey, this is a great organization, but so is Nesby. You want to join Nesby too? You can have two great organizations in your resume. You can't beat them. Two great African American organizations in your resume. You can't beat them. So just let people know basically that you don't necessarily have to settle for just one. You can settle for two.